Going on, y'all? We got Friday, 3 by Phase 5. It has been a fantastic week, and my body feels fantastic and sore. So we're gonna finish this out right. This is gonna be a good one. Challenge. Today's challenge. You got prone Cuban presses, one-arm Cossack snatches, and deadlifts for your starter or your build-up circuit. So Ronnie will be showing this on the bench. Jamie will be demonstrating bent over. You gonna grab weights or anything? No weights. Ronnie's going no weights, but you could go weights. Jamie's going to be using a band. So the idea is that your back is as parallel to the floor as possible. So Jamie will bend over and get as parallel to the floor as possible. Okay, so the 3 parts of a Cuban press are an upright row. Hands must be as wide as your shoulders. You will then rotate up, okay? And then you will press out. And then you reverse it. Hold the elbows back, rotate down, and then lower your arms. Okay, let's watch them do it. Upright row, rotate, press. Okay, a lot of times we do this in a standing position. Today we're going light and doing it in a prone position or a bent over position. Okay, you got 10 of those. Okay, after 10 of those, we have one-arm Cossack snatches. So Ronnie's got a dumbbell here. Jamie's got a band. I'm gonna get out of the way. You can see how wide their stance is, nice and wide. They're gonna squat to one side. That's your Cossack squat with the opposite arm. So they are squatting to the left. They are holding the weight or band in the right. They will stand and they will zip up the jacket. They're pulling their hand up their body like they're zipping up the jacket. When they can't zip any higher, when their hand gets to their chin, they flip their wrist into that overhead position. So zip and flip. Okay, so you will do 3 to 5 per side, working on your explosiveness, working on your hip hinging movement. Okay, good.
Yep.
Now we are on to deadlifts. Okay, we're going to show you a few kinds. So let's go with your 2 RDLs. We have so whether you're using bands, dumbbells, kettlebells, barbell, RDL is the same. Jamie's going to go split stance RDL, and she'll show with the band. And actually, we're going to have her hook the band up on her shoulders for a good morning style. Okay, Ronnie's going to go regular 2-leg RDL. So their movement's the same. So what you're looking at is, if you're using bands, split stance RDL is a great way to make a lighter band feel difficult. Okay, she has 1 foot back slightly, so it's just down for balance. It's not actually doing any work. Okay, but both their movements are the same. They're keeping the knees relatively straight, and they're sitting their butts back like they're trying to touch into the wall behind them. When they can't get their butts to move back anymore, they stop and they stand up. All right, drive your heels into the ground, squeeze your glutes into lockout. Okay, so that's your RDL. It's a straight leg movement, a lot of glute, a lot of hamstring. Okay, now Ronnie's going to show a more conventional deadlift. We'll do that. He's got his bar set up here. So he's going to get that stance there. You could go wide into a sumo if you wanted, whether it's banded or barbell. Nice wide stance, toes turned out. Or you could go more conventional, about hip width apart. Okay, so he's going to sit back and down. He's going to stand, driving his heels into the ground and squeezing his glutes forward. So watch his movement. His movement is back like an RDL. Once the bar clears his knees, he then sits down. Okay, it's back until the bar clears. Then he sits and it clears the knees, because we're getting the bar past the knees, so we don't have to go around the knees, right? Causing it kind of a lot of strain in the back. So what I'm going to do today, I'm going to have Jamie show. I'm going to do single leg RDLs. So I will hold on for quite a few. I'm just going to put my fist up there for balance. I'm not going to actually grab onto anything. So actually, no, come out this way and turn sideways so you can see. Okay, so she's balancing with her left arm. So she is going to reach with her non-working leg. She's reaching this leg back towards me as far as she can, and that's firing this glute. You can obviously tell it's firing, and then she will stand, okay? Now she's firing this glute, okay? So one thing we want to avoid, or 2 things, so come up and pause, don't kick me. All right, so we don't want to twist, okay? So you gotta make sure that you are flat. So if you have a mirror, there should be wings, like an airplane, straight out of the side. They're not tilted, okay? That means this glute's gonna fire better. You also, good, go ahead and stand up, do another rep, back in. Good, we also wanna make sure we keep this leg nice and high, okay? We don't want to kick our hip out to the side. Okay, I want to keep this hip stacked right over that foot. Okay, so no twisting, no shifting your hip over, and no letting that back leg drop. So keep that back leg down for a rep. Just kind of like lift it up a tiny bit. I don't go full. Just kind of relax this leg, and then do an RDL on the other side. A lot of people do something like this. Okay, when you get into this position, what happens is people tend to round their back. Okay, they're kind of hunched over. But when you extend out here and you fire that glute, it's easier to engage your low back and keep this whole posterior chain engaged and extended. Okay, so she should be reaching hard. Yep, just like that. Okay, do a couple reps and watch. Good. So she's reaching with that non-working leg to help create that hinging movement as opposed to just dropping her chest. It's very important. Okay, so a lot of different options we just showed you. Bands, dumbbells, barbells, straight leg, conventional. Conventional is good for strength. That RDL, that's great for developing muscle in the glutes and hamstrings. If you got imbalances, you got some issues, you're either going single leg or split stance. You're trying to even out the sides of the hips. Okay, so 4 rounds of this. You're going to build up in weight every round on your deadlift. You have 3 for strength, 8 for muscle, 12 for muscular endurance. Drop set, which is 12, 10, 8, 5, 3. That's going to give you a little bit of volume from muscle building up top in the front, and then you got some heavy strength lifts on the back end, so you get a little bit of everything there. All right, we got 4 rounds, 2 minutes per round. Build up is done. Now we have our first of 3 3-minute sets. Okay, we're gonna go 90% deadlift for whatever rep range you chose, and then 10 each on YTWLs. So real quick, a YTWL, the letters are the shape you're making with your arm. So Y's are here, okay? T's are here, oh geez. W's here, see the letters I'm making, and then L's, okay? W, L, okay, a little bit different. So YTWL, so let's watch him do some reps here. So Ronnie's bent over, Jamie is standing up straight because of where she has the band. If she had the band hooked up down low, then she'd bend over, but she has the band right in front of her. So Y's, our thumbs to the ceiling, our thumbs pointing the same direction as your back. Back's pointing up for Ronnie, thumbs are pointing up. Back's pointing towards that wall for Jamie, so are her thumbs. Okay, our goal is to pull our shoulder blades down with every rep. This is where you should feel it, right below the shoulder blades. They're kind of bottoms of the shoulder blades. So for the T's, we're gonna turn our thumbs the other way. So now pinkies are facing the direction of our back. So now Ronnie's pinkies are facing up like his back. Jamie's pinkies are facing towards that wall like his back. Ow, that hurt. All right, and then we're going W's. So on the W's, you have to reach out in front of you. You have to do 2 movements in one. You have a rowing movement and a rotational movement, all in one. Okay, and you end up in that nice shoulder blade squeezed, elbows rotated. Okay, yeah. And then we have the last movement, which is L's. Okay, so Ronnie stands up for these. It's a little more effective for most people. You can do it bent over. It's way harder though. So this works a lot better. Now, it's important that there is no movement in the elbow in any direction. It just rotates in place. Okay, like a rotisserie chicken. All right, 10 of everything after your set of deadlifts.
Rotisserie chicken.
Okay. What? Dude.
Rotisserie chicken.
All right.
Look at this. Look at this. I like a rotisserie ham hock. Look at that thing. Get a little flex in there.
Makes me think of that girl with the Reds.
That's why I almost said something. That is something.
All right, so circuit number 3. We are done with our first top set on deadlifts. Circuit number 3 is I go, you go, either one-sided rack carries or oblique side bends. Okay, so let's watch Ronnie do a rack carry. So rack position, knuckles right next to the jaw, elbow locked in tight, and he's walking. Okay, trying to stay strong, trying not to lean or shift, stay tight. All right, we're trying to hit that core, hit those shoulders a little bit. Okay, so that is, stop. Ronnie's overstimulated. All right, so that is rack one-sided carry. Now, the other movement, whether it's with a dumbbell or a kettlebell or a band, so Jamie will stand on the band, okay, and then let go with one hand. Yeah, so it's not pulling you back, okay? So you have to choke up on that band so you feel tension right away, and you are side bending. You're not going side to side, you're going from side to neutral, okay? You're not going past neutral. You'll do 10 reps on one side, 10 on the other. Now let's talk about the finer points of this technique. Your belly button needs to be drawn in so your spine is elongated. You can't be slouched and crunched and then bend side to side safely. So belly button drawn up, chest high, spine straight and long, and then we're going, okay? You gotta have a straight long spine to do any flexion, extension, rotation, anything like that. Okay.
What about the rack carry with the band?
If you want to do a rack carry with the band to the side bends, you got to hook it up down here, okay? And then you got to step back and rack it, right? So most people are going to end up doubling up on this, but it's going to look something like this, and then she's doing high steps, okay? So that's fine too. We've done that in the past. This time we're showing a different movement. We're showing the side bend as an alternative, okay? We got 10 per side, 6-minute AMRAP. Or sorry, 5-minute AMRAP. I go, you go, okay? Circuit 4. Circuit 4 is another top deadlift set, okay? Same as circuit 2, all right? Circuit number 5, all right? This is a 5-minute AMRAP. We have backward shoulder walks, max distance, and then we're going into jump ropes every time we take a break. So shoulder walks are here. That's it. Core is tight, glutes are engaged, hands are probably narrowed to keep you from wobbling too much. You're going as far as you can, okay? If you don't have any room to move like this, you want to do manual plank reach outs. And we do plank reach out. So Jamie's going to show you the more stationary version of it. She'll get into a hand plank position. She will reach out as far as she can with her hands, and then back in, and then do it again. Make sure you alternate what hand you reach with first, okay? And again, you're trying to stay engaged, try not to shift and wobble too much. If you're trying to keep yourself honest, put a yoga block or something on your back that'll fall off if you wobble too much, okay? So when you need a break from one of those movements there, you are then going to jump rope. Notice the hands are in front of his body, shoulder blades are together, abs are tight, glutes are tight, pelvic floor is tight. That's it, all the movements in the wrist, okay? Wrist rotation, not the whole arm. Okay, you got 50 jump ropes every time you take a break on exercise A. All right, circuit number 6. This is your final top deadlift set, okay? So this is your 3rd top set on deadlifts, same as circuit 2, easy, done. All right, let's go into circuit number 7. This is a 6-minute AMRAP. It is 20 groin bridge, 20 slider leg curls, 20 kneeling leg extensions, then we'll do it all again with 10, and then again with 5, assuming we have time. So let's show you groin bridge here. So groin bridge with the bench looks something like this. So he's in a side plank on the elbow. If you got a tall bench, and it's probably on the hand, but elbow here, what he's going to do is he's going to lower his hips by the movement looks something like this. He is lifting his top leg, but he's not actually lifting his top leg. That movement is lowering his hips. All the movement comes in this joint here. Now he squeezes his knees back together, flexing his groin, and relaxes it, okay? He is not bending at the waist like the side bends, all right? He's moving the hip joint, okay, the groin. Okay, so we have this on both sides, all right? Now, if we are going to do this on the floor, there's a simple way to do a side leg raise. So lay on your side over here. So your top leg goes to the front, so it's out of the way, and then we lift that bottom leg as high as we can, just like that, okay? So still firing the groin, same idea. And it's also, even if you have a bench, it's a lot easier. It might be a good starting point. Okay, so you got 20 of those per side. Now we're going to slider leg curls. You're going to lay on the back, on the ground, heels on a slider. Start with your legs out. Going to squeeze your glutes and lift your hips. Pull the feet in, push them out. That's it. Abs are tight, glutes are tight, pelvic floor is engaged. Push those hands into the ground for help. Okay, slide. You got 20 reps. Third movement is kneeling leg extensions. So wider knees tend to be easier for people. So bring your feet all the way together. So feet together, knees apart. That is the most comfortable for most people. But as you get better at this, you're going to bring your feet apart as well too. That way you can get lower, right? So he is going to hinge back. And then he's going to push his laces into the ground, the tops of his feet, and that lifts him up. So this is the movement he's doing. Okay? But since his legs are on the ground, something else moves. His upper body moves, right? So hinges back, drives his feet to the ground, comes back up. Abs are tight, glutes are tight. Now we can make this a little bit easier by hinging over at the hips a little bit. So he's going to kind of sit his hips back, more like that. That's about as easy as it gets. For some people, this is where they need to start to make sure that those knees get nice and loose. And then you start keeping your hips forward a little bit more. Yeah, you can do some negatives. Okay, and then back to the full version again. So that's the end goal. Okay, sit back until you warm up and then start laying back. Okay, so you got 20 of those. The second round is 10 of everything. If you get to a third round, it's 5 of everything. 6 minutes, done, finisher. All right.
I'm coaching this one. You go ahead.
Now, dude, I've worked way too hard to have to do this shit again. All right, then we got fire legs. Your goal is 3 rounds of fire legs. So Ronnie just kind of sits there. What is a fire leg? It is 60 reps, okay? One fire leg is 60 reps. 10 squats, 10 squat jumps, 10 squats, 10 squat jumps, 10 squats, 10 squat jumps, okay? 30 of each, just alternating nonstop. Your goal is to get 3 of those in 6 minutes. Now, every time you take a break from those, you're gonna do 10 handstand push-ups. So let's watch what a fire leg kind of looks like. He has 10 squats. He's driving his knees apart, driving his feet apart, sitting his hips back. Chest is up, back is straight, but always got that outward pressure. After 10 bodyweight squats, he goes into 10 squat jumps, and he repeats that 3 times. That is a full fire leg. You're trying to get 3 of those. So that is 180 total reps. Okay? You will take breaks. When you take a break, get 10 handstand push-ups. Heck, if you want a longer break, do 20 handstand push-ups. I don't care. And then after that 10 or 20 handstand push-ups, back on the fire legs, right where you left off. Okay? That's it. It's that easy. All right, let's go take tequila shots. Let's go home.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Here we go. Warm up. Read the list. Here goes nothing.
Tequila shot.